Yo, what's up, guys? This is D Brown with Track Headz. I'd like to welcome you to another episode of Track Headz. So, we have a weight training day today. You know what I'm saying? We're going to be getting nice and swole. Today, we have hang cleans, with an added push press. And then we also have trap bar deadlift. So, this is my first time lifting anything over 200, I want to say, in like a couple years. This is 205 over here with the overhead press. First time I ever did an overhead press, anything over like 175 or 155. I did that for one, and then I followed it up with 3 times hang cleans for 205. So I know a lot of people are going to be saying, hey, you're doing a lot of stepping out. Your form isn't the best. Look, I'm trying my best, right? My body hasn't been used to anything over 200, so I'm just getting prepared for that weight. I follow it up with some side planks with side leg raises. This really helps my gluteus minimus and medius be very strong, helps to stabilize the hips, especially when you're doing stuff like hang cleans and anything on single legs. I follow it up with single leg RDLs, which are really good for the hamstrings, balance, all the things I use to sprint and when I run and stuff like that to make sure my hamstrings stay healthy. I also sped this up, so I'm not doing it that fast as well. All right, now I'm coming back with 225. Right, again, I know I'm stepping out. I'm gonna be working on that, and then I add the push press here. So the push press is very important. I have to be explosive. I get it over my head. Ooh, that was tough. Right, so I get it up maybe like 75% of the way there, and then I eventually able to use my adrenaline to get it all the way up. Here I try to hang clean, and it just feels so uncomfortable because it's so heavy. I'm trying to get myself to concentrate, but I also want quality reps. So I took a little bit of a break, came back, and I was able to get my reps in. So I was able to do 2 to 3 more hang cleans after that initial 225 hang clean to press. And then I followed it up with this, which is, I call it glute bridge walkouts. So I'm like in a hip thrust position, keeping my core tight, glutes off the ground. And then I walk in and out, just getting those hamstrings nice and in a good position. So then after I do the hang cleans, guys, I follow it up with trap bar deadlift. Again, just working on sheer power. In my head, if I'm trying to get my hang cleans, because my goal later on in the year is to get my hang cleans close to 300. So I need to make everything else a lot higher than that. That means my squats have to be in the 4s, which is I'm already there. And then these trap bar deadlifts have to be in the 4s. So again, this is my first time in a while doing trap bar deadlift over 400. It was kind of tough. My max is around like 565, which is kind of ridiculous. I did that like back in 2019. So, I've been it definitely taxes your central nervous system. So my legs were quite wobbly afterwards, but I managed to get it done. After that, I follow it up with side plank curl unders. These are really good. I do them a lot after I do heavy lifting in between my sets, just to engage my core, make sure my core stays strong, make sure that my obliques and my parts of my core are super active, and always like a natural reset, just to make sure my posture is in a neutral position. So definitely an excellent exercise. I think I did times 20 there on both sides. Then I added single leg hip dips. So I like to use these whenever my knees are bothering me, or I feel like my knees are kind of, giving me some issues. I like to reset, my quads and get them activated by doing single leg hip dips. So, and then they also help with balance and also help my hips, like in terms of my gluteus minimus and medius, whenever I feel like they're offline. So, so I use it as like a lot of these exercises I do in between. They're not too sexy. They don't look the best in terms of like, man, this is like, looks like a professional athlete is doing them. A lot of these are very small muscled activation kind of exercises, so that to keep the technique and form of the major exercise, which in this case is the trap bar deadlift and the hang cleans. So they keep me healthy, because you can get, if your posture and your muscles aren't activated, it could definitely give you issues. So with this, I continue to go up. I think this is 425. Yeah, this is 425. So like I said, I felt pretty good here. Like I said, just taking my time, making sure I get the proper activation. My core is good. I'm not using my lower back. I'm setting my hips low enough to help me explode up. And it's definitely, like I said, it's taken a lot just to make sure I keep in the good technique. So I was happy with how I did. I think I did that times 3. And like I said, I transition on to those other exercises, which is not shown here, right? And afterwards, I do plyos. So this is a kind of like a heavy day. This is my hard week, so it's a really heavy day. I go straight into lunges, which is about 20 meters. No weights, just good technique, staying tall, big knee, big toe. And just, like I said, nice lunges, great general weight exercise. Then I follow it up with high knees, making sure like my legs are super heavy at this point by making sure I'm keeping good technique, snapping down. I follow it up with side squats, which are really good for your hips. Really, like, you know, I call these like plyo exercises, really general strength exercises to keep that athleticism, right? Keeping my glutes down, keeping my core tight, keeping good posture. And these really get your quads and hips burning, especially after a workout, right? So I'm doing both sides, like I said, around 20 meters, 20 yards inside, no limited breaks in between, just going straight through all the way to the other side of the room. And then next I'm gonna follow this up with squat hop 2 steps. So I do a squat, make sure I land flat-footed, and I sped it up a little bit, take 2 steps in between. Like I said, really making sure I keep my posture, keep myself tall, excuse me, keep myself tall, keep my posture good, make sure everything is activated, and make sure I can absorb the landing really, really well, right? So I don't try and go too high. I'm just making sure my legs are getting the stimulus they need. Next, I have bunny hops. My toes could have been a little bit closer together, but I was about to call him a bad word, but this guy decided to walk in my path, so I wasn't really focused on my technique. But yeah, it was just about being explosive, quick contacts on the ground. After that, I go straight into core. Like I said, it's a pretty dense workout. I do Russian twist with a 14-pound medicine ball. I think I did it about 50 times. Again, keeping the core tight, keeping it engaged, making sure I'm not using my lower back. I'm really trying to focus on keeping a nice neutral core, keeping my spine nice and tall, even though I'm in a crunch position for the front of my core. You know, the point of this is to control the ball and manage the movement and keep my core nice and straight. After that, I go straight into crunches. I do like 1 set of 30, holding it for 2 seconds, making sure I get that, you know, really good crunch, really good holding to get that true activation of the core. After that, I do side crunches. And then after that, it's about to be listed in a second, I do hip rotations, which is really good for coordination, really good for like the smaller muscles in the hip. And they've helped me a lot. I've been doing them for like the past couple of years, really like almost over 10 years. They really keep me healthy in my hips, keep my hips activated, and then I suspend the other leg in the air, and it forces my core to really, really engage. In the past, I used to have my hands under my butt, but now I have my hands at my sides, and it's really made a difference. My core's on fire right now. And after that, I chill out, I relax. But yeah, guys, that's my workout. It's tough. But like I said, this is my heavy week. I have a goal to really get my cleans up there so that I can have a nice solid base when I go into the track season or training season in the spring. But I really need to make sure I stay strong and keep my legs nice and explosive because I won't be doing as much weight training in the spring. So I'm excited for it. Like I said, you know, I'm really excited for it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Hopefully you guys are training yourselves for whatever preseason that you're getting into. But yeah, man, thanks for watching. This is D Brown with Track Headz. I hope you enjoyed everything, and I'll see you later. All right, peace.